President Trump announced on Twitter that he and First Lady Melania Trump have tested positive for the coronavirus. The tweet has already become the most liked and retweeted presidential tweet of all time. They have developed minor symptoms. The president's announcement overnight came after one of his closest aides, Hope Hicks, tested positive for the virus Wednesday. She traveled with the president to Ohio and Minnesota this week. He confirmed her positive test on Fox News last night while awaiting his own results.
We have a president that is not only on the job, will remain on the job, and I'm optimistic that he'll have a very quick and speedy recovery.
The White House's physician's office is now conducting contact tracing, but it's still unclear how many people may have been exposed. Vice President Mike Pence's office announced he tested negative for coronavirus. Biden was also tested, and his campaign says it came back negative. The news of the president and First Lady's positive test results is reverberating throughout Congress. Christina Ruffini reports from Capitol Hill.
Reaction poured in from political friends and foes alike to the news that the president and First Lady have been diagnosed with coronavirus.
Let us just all pray for the president's health. Nonetheless, hopeful that it will be a transition to a saner approach to what this virus is all about.
Jennifer and I surely keep he and the First Lady in our prayers for a quick and speedy recovery.
During a House subcommittee hearing Friday, Democrats offered well wishes, but made a point of also criticizing the president's handling of the pandemic.
The president's response to the coronavirus crisis has been a failure of historic proportions.
Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Jordan, who says he'll get tested after attending Tuesday night's presidential debate, said the diagnosis won't sideline the president.
Even with this virus, he will still be out communicating and talking to the American people via Zoom, via telephone, like he's done for our House candidates around the country.
One major concern for Republicans here on the Hill is how the president's diagnosis could potentially impact hearings for his Supreme Court nominee, Amy Coney Barrett. Republicans are trying to get Barrett confirmed before November's vote, while also mitigating concerns about their own health and safety.
Our biggest enemy, obviously, is what we were talking about at the beginning of the interview, the coronavirus, keeping everybody healthy and well and in place to do our job.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell said the Senate is taking every precaution. Christina Ruffini, CBS News, Capitol Hill.